Hello, everyone, and welcome to From Surviving to Thriving, where we don't just talk about the pretty fun parts of business. We talk about the real, the emotional, and the journey in between. My name is Robin Carr. I'm an award-winning international keynote speaker, author, and coach, as well as your host. And today I have with me Lauren Lewis. So, Lauren is a coach who focuses on helping neurodivergent moms elevate their lives. And in her spare time, she is a K through third tutor and parent consultant. So, Lauren, thank you so much for being here with me today. I'm so excited to have you. So, tell us a
Thank
little
you.
bit, yeah, tell us a little bit about how you got started. What inspired you to kind of get on this journey?
Yeah. Well, thanks again for having me. I'm glad to be here. So I will say this. My journey has been ups and downs throughout the years, and I guess just got pieced together little by little over the years. I was a former kindergarten teacher, and I actually was tutoring my couple of my kids that needed some extra support with math and whatever. So then when I left that and I became a preschool teacher, I was still looking for, another job on the side and things like that. And I opened my own tutoring business back then, almost 15 years ago. And over the time, it's grown and grown. I'm well known around here now. The parents will just be like, hire her, she's great. So it's been wonderful. I've had a consistent tutoring business for almost 15 years. And then from there, um, in 2020, before, the world shut down, I had hired a business coach because I was also doing network marketing a little bit. And I was just felt after 5 years of that, I just felt not as aligned anymore. And I hired this business coach. And after talking to her, I was like, I could do her job. I was like, oh, that's what she does? And I thought about it and I just become more passionate about it and thought about it and really sat down and was like, do I want to do this? And, I didn't take the journey other life coaches do. I was like, yep, I'm just gonna announce it on a live that I'm doing it. I was like, I'll just go get a little certification on Google, say that I'm, a coach. And that's how I started the life coaching side, literally 2 months before the world shut down.
Oh,
I
wow.
did. I did get one client that year, but let me talk about that. That's a journey on itself, just trying to navigate that business with one client. And then lately, I have jumped into being a parent consultant for a couple moms that have ADHD, and their kiddos also either have ADHD, autism, a mixture. And I just love, it combines, the tutoring and the life coaching. And so we work on the mindset with the mamas and building routines and see how the kid's doing in different environments. And it's just a really good and offer tools and resources and things and just checking in with them. And I think they absolutely love it. So that's the long answer of that.
No, that's perfect. I love it. And I love that you've grown. Because it says a lot about you. It says that you are aware, you know what you want, you're aware enough to be like, hey, this actually is not working anymore. Like, let me put this to the side. And it's not
Mm-hmm.
that that wasn't right in that moment, it just isn't right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that. And then I think you have a very unique niche. I don't think I've ever heard of a parent consultant before. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Someone who actually is like, oh, let me tutor your kids, but then also like, let me help you out, mama, because that's
Yeah.
a whole different world. That's really cool.
And just real quick on that, I've seen these moms come in Saturday mornings, Monday after school, whatever, and a lot of them, I'll be honest, they look run down by life and they're just dealing with the calendar and when do I cook and when do I do this? And you can just see it in their face. And there's a lot of times I'm like, she needs me. And so one lady actually reached out to me. Is like, she had heard of an ADHD coach for her son years ago, and they wanted to charge her, I think, like $800 an hour. And this someone who was budgeting $40, $50 for me, even as a tutor. Um, and so we came together and kind of made a customized plan that worked for both of us. And it's been wonderful. And then, like I said, I just started working with another mom who has an ADHD kiddo, and she just went through breast cancer last year. And so like there's just like things she was like, I let them just have the screens, and I like you could just tell like she needed some support to get back on her feet with things and really get those routines and things set up again with her kids.
Wow, that is so powerful. So for the ones that you see that you can visibly see, they're ran down, like they're just trying to juggle. Two questions. Number one, do
Overwhelm.
you, yes, absolutely. The chaos, the
Lots of
overwhelm. Do you just like go, hey, I can see you're struggling with these things. Like, do you have support in that area? Like, how do you ask them that question?
yeah.
Because some
That's
people I feel like they would either welcome it or they would be a little
yeah.
like, whoa, lady, who
Well,
are you?
and I feel like honestly, I probably could triple my business if I was more like, hey, I see you're
Yeah,
struggling. Because even like scrolling on my Facebook feed, I'll be like, yep, I could help them. Yep, I could help them. But I don't always reach out. But, what I've learned too on hiring a business coach over the last 5 years or so too is like, things are made in relationships. You have to be the leader in your DMs sometimes. And honestly, sometimes it's just like, just reaching out and starting the conversation. Hey, how's your day going? Hey, we might have like we didn't even talk about this yet. Like I have an 11-year-old with autism. I have a 9-year-old who I've seen for the last like 2 years have a bunch of ADHD symptoms. And we're still talking to the doctor about, where we want to go with that. But I might notice that they have a 10-year-old, and we can just share stories like, oh, are they into this? What are they doing with that? Like, how's life being a mama right now with these like preteens?
right.
So it's just like building those connections with people. And then I think they learn to know, like, and trust you. So then when it gets, farther in the conversation, I can say, hey, I seen you're a little overwhelmed with this. Or I know, or I'll even offer, I have a couple freebies now where I can offer a tool. I have this great one. And honestly, if you want to share it with your community right now, your podcasters, I'd be happy to send it. It's called the Do, Drop, Delegate, and Delay.
Okay.
Kind of a little organizer, and you can like seriously write it down like this, and you write your to-do list, but you don't write like you could do the brain dump first. Like I do offer the brain dump with everyone. And then from the brain dump, you take it into the do column. What you need to delay. Maybe you don't need to do that today, but maybe it's tomorrow, right? Or the next
Hmm.
day. The drop is maybe you thought something was important or a priority, but it really is not. Like, I
Right.
don't have to mop the floors today. They've already been 2 weeks not mopped. We can wait another day. We're just going to drop that one right off, right?
Yes.
And then the next one is delegate. Well, maybe I can, now that my kids are getting older, they can put the wash in the dryer. They can empty the dishwasher.
Hmm.
They can get the mail. So once it's usually like when you're overwhelmed and you got so much going on, when you brain dump and do something like this, I can just feel like weight lifted off my shoulders after I do this exercise. Now I'm ready to like, think straight and really focus on those to-dos that, because we do, like a lot of us do want to be productive during the day. We don't want to necessarily like, yes, we can get tired and we want to like sit down and watch a show or something, but and there's times for that. And I teach that too, is like you include yourself on the to-do list.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say like 90% of my clients who come to me have pushed self-care aside and have put everybody else first. And it's like, I'm not, and it's the whole mindset with, it's selfish or whatever. It's like, no, you're including yourself on the to-do list. You can let them know that for 20 minutes, you're doing your workout and you're walking outside and you can walk with them. There's all ways to like, and it doesn't have to be go and get your nails done in the massage. A hot shower is considered self-care nowadays. So I get passionate about this, as you can tell. Um, but yeah, that's some of whatever we were talking.
No, that's fantastic. So, I do love that. I would love the link for that because I think that is super helpful. I will put it in the show notes.
Perfect.
So my biggest question for you is why not though? So my original question was, do you approach these women, and if so,
Oh
how? But
yeah.
then, so you said that when you're scrolling, like you see all these people that you could like triple your business.
Yeah.
So I understand building the relationship part. I do understand that, but
Yeah.
why not just start that conversation? Why not just reach out and be like, hey, I've looked at your socials. Like, this is kind of,
Yeah.
interesting to me. Like, how do you feel about this? Or like, what's holding you back?
I think there's a lot of things that go into that. Like, I have been someone that has struggled with self-doubt over the years.
Hmm.
And so it's really easy then to like all of a sudden be like, well, what if she says no? What if this was a big mistake? Like that thought could come in, right?
Hmm.
Um, Another thing is maybe I'm not as, I might be thinking that, but that might not be what I'm focused on in that moment or that priority at the moment, where like maybe it just kind of goes like somewhere back in my self-conscious, more like, okay, no, we're doing something else right now. But you're right. Like when we are more mindful of it and we and that's the thing too. It's like don't be selfish with what you have. Like if you have tools you
Precisely.
can offer someone, if you can offer a different perspective, if you can help their day be less overwhelming, you're right. Like share that. So I thank you for that because like yes, you're right. Why not? Let's just go out there and
Yeah.
help others.
So this is one thing that I love about what I do because
Mhm.
I too work with the mind and in a very intense capacity. Um, but that shift from
Mhm.
maybe not, maybe they say no, like, okay, if they say no, they're not already a client. Like, the
Right.
worst that could happen. And I love thinking about things that way.
Totally.
Um, or a very good friend of mine always does the imagine if. So not if the what
I
if,
was
but
gonna
the
say what,
imagine if.
yeah, I think of what if, like what if that, but what if it works out? What if they
Yeah.
do say yes? So I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, and it's such
Yeah.
a huge shift. And I will,
Hmm.
so just a little thing that I do because I own two businesses and am very busy also, just running all the time.
Yeah.
If I see something and I'm like, I should reach out to that person, I will screenshot it. And then that way it's at least in my picture so I can go back and be like, oh yeah, this person posted this thing and I had this thought kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll even like, like you take a screenshot and then you can like do the add text on your phone. And I'll just like do a
Hmm.
quick little note like, oh, they mentioned the overwhelm. They mentioned they don't have time. They mentioned this, like whatever it is. Um, that way, when you go back and you do block your time so that you have those outreach hours or whatever you call those in your world,
Hmm.
um, like I can go back and be like, oh yeah, I already have 15 leads sitting in my pictures or potential leads.
Hmm.
Like, why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is fantastic. So, we're gonna shift gears here just so that we can touch on this too, because I'm very interested.
Okay.
Um, you told me before the show there has been some thoughts about speaking. There's been people
Hmm.
who've said they would pay you a lot of money to hear you speak. You have great energy. I love it. So you said that your goal for Q2 was to get on more podcasts
Hmm.
and potential virtual summits. And different things like that, potentially like an actual stage. So let's
Yeah.
let's let's dive in. This is
Okay.
where this is my niche. This is where I'm at.
Okay.
So, um, number one, why haven't you yet?
And I was telling you that a little bit. I feel like there's like two parts of me sometimes. And like part of me is like stay at home, help with all the things around here, like where like, little things in my mind would be like, you don't have time for that. That's a different type of life, da da da. But I have this other part of me that's like, yes, like get out there, get visible, have people really get to know you and see you and whatever and speak about the things that, need to be spoke about that can help others, because I
Mhm.
do have that passion of helping others. Um, and so it's kind of been a battle in my mind the last couple of years, I'd say. And I'm learning more and more of like putting the parts, marrying them more together. Like, okay, well, because I really only work like 20-ish hours a week, maybe 25. So
Mhm.
there are like, I do that for a reason, because I have been burned out before and things like that. Like I talk about that too, but it's like I do have that little extra window where like I could jump on podcasts, I could jump on the summits. And if I give my husband enough notice, I don't know, and that's the thing too. He hasn't always been like gung ho about everything I've done. He understands the tutoring and he sees that that brings in the income and I don't have to spend a lot of money, building that. But some of this other stuff, he's not always like gung ho right away on. So if I sit there and say, I'm going to Washington, D.C. for 3 days for a speaking event, I think he'd be a little like, what? So I think it's like I said, marrying that, like getting him on board where I can be like, okay, give them like 3 months notice and say, this is what's happening and just go and do it. Like that's what I think I need to just do it.
Yeah. So are you open for some free advice? I mean, we're live. We're
Yes.
still recording. Are you
Yeah.
good?
Yeah. Go for it. Go for it.
Um,
That's my problem at the moment with it.
yeah, I know. So I think anyone who has ever spoke, does speak, or wants to speak has the same problem, myself
Okay.
included. I told you that I have two businesses. I still do. One of them I started before I ever even decided that I was going to share my story, and much less that I was going to help other women speak. Um, that being said, you do have to just do it. You have to make the decision. But I will also let you know there's a little bit of a myth. Maybe I should be surviving the Mythbusters. I don't know. There's a little bit of myth. So the common conception, especially now, is that you say you want to speak and it just happens. It's just there. There's an abundance of opportunity, which sometimes there are. But there's also, you can literally start today.
Okay.
Record and I've seen your videos. So I'm not in a stalker way, but just as preparation for this call, you are already going live, doing your reels, whatever you're doing on Facebook. So you're already
And
speaking.
I do many master classes and master classes too.
Okay.
So
So you're already speaking. You're already out there. You're already
yeah,
getting visible. People
that's
already
true.
see you in that light. So what you do today is you
I
can,
am.
I'm sorry,
I was just saying I am a speaker. It's stepping into
see?
that identity.
So stepping into it, but you also you can start doing the work now. So join the different speaker groups. Like there's free virtual summits all the time. Like I can make
Mhm.
recommendations to you for at least two, possibly more
Okay.
groups where it's free to speak. You get 15 or 20 minutes and they like your topic does kind of have to be like aligned,
Yeah.
but those are things that you can do at home. You don't
Mhm.
have to travel. You
That's
can do them
true.
while your kids are at school. And like for the two that I'm thinking of it specifically, you can very easily just like devote your time and be like, okay, I'm going to do this. And then you just start practicing in it. And when you
Yeah.
really step into that, like, hey, I'm going to put this together, but have a conversation with your husband. Be like, hey, this is my dream because I promise you, my husband's the same. my husband has been my biggest supporter forever. I
Hmm.
love him to death. But so I haven't actually announced this yet, but we're moving this year.
Okay.
And we're moving in September. And I got a call that was like, "Hey, we want you to come and speak in California." And I was like,
Oh,
"Okay, cool. When?" Because now that's from here to here. I'm not in
yeah.
California.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "All right, when is it?" "Oh, it's the end of July."
Oh,
Cool.
okay.
So 20 days before I'm moving, you want me to fly across the country, leave my husband and all of my both my businesses and come
Yeah.
and speak.
Yeah.
Okay. So how much is it? Okay. So I take that information to my husband and I'm like, so
Got
here's the
this again.
benefit. Let's talk about the results first. Let's talk about
Yep.
how this is beneficial to me, you, the greater good, like whatever this is, right? It's beneficial.
Hmm.
But then let's also, okay, what am I actually going to miss out on in those 2 days?
Yeah.
What actually, and you said it yourself, what can be delegated in those 2 days?
Hmm.
So if you have to call in your mom, sister, friend, whoever, maybe not your mom, I understand, but like sister, friend, whoever that can come in
Yeah.
and help a little bit with the kids. Maybe they can pick them up or they can do whatever. Um, when you have a dream that you're passionate about, you make it work. Now, the gentleman who first put me on a stage, he and I stayed in contact for over a year. And I kept saying, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Do you know that's one of my biggest regrets?
Yeah.
For real.
And I got goosebumps.
Yeah, it is because so for you don't know me very well, you don't know my story, but for 20 years I said no.
Okay.
20 years I said I'm going to keep this to myself. I'm just going to sweep it under the rug. Let's pretend like it never happened. And then I decided, okay, decided to listen and was like, I need to share my story, but I'm not ready to get on that stage yet.
Yeah.
Biggest regret, 1000%. So I'm not here to preach to you. That's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
my FYI. Um, But if you have it in you to speak and you have it in your heart and you feel called to do that, like you said, just do it. That's what it takes. But we can move past that. I'll get off my soapbox. I'm just excited for you. Um, so we're gonna wrap up here soon, but I know you mentioned before the call that you have a monthly membership for mamas. So why don't you talk a little bit about that? Because that's, roughly ongoing. I know you got some time gaps, but overall, like people can contact you.
Yeah.
What is it about?
So it's called the Butterfly Effect, and right now it's a monthly membership. I don't know if it's happening this summer. We might do like a mini version of it, so definitely reach out and see. Um, but I love not only one-on-one, but I love offering group coaching because everyone gets a little bit, from somebody else, and we all share our wins together and like, gratitude and then like what you're struggling with or, specific questions around a whole bunch of topics. Like I'm honestly like we can talk wellness, mindset, health, parenting, like all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so the membership includes 1 to 2 of those a month, the group coaching experiences. And I love like I love being able to support in this way because not all coaches are as forgot the word, but like you can't talk to them as much, like you're
Mm-hmm.
just on their schedule where I like to be more hands-on. So I offer like right now it's in Messenger, sometimes it can be Voxer or whatnot, but it's just everyone that's in for the membership that month. I check in the morning, see what kind of day they're having, seeing what they're focused on, like habits wise, like some people call them their non-negotiables, and somebody might say water and working out, whatever. And I'm there for them. Like if their mind gets in the way or if they start saying they're busy and it starts moving to the bottom of the list. So I check in somewhere in the middle of the day. And then I also offer that accountability at the end of the day, like, okay, who's hit their goal today? And like really celebrate them. So they love that I'm right there along with the journey with them to help them stay up on their non-negotiables for the month because, sometimes it's really easy to, let it go out the window. So that's pretty much what it is. And I could be offering this for $111 a month. And right now it's 55. It may be going up to 77 by the time we talk to you guys, but I'm offering it like half off-ish right now.
Okay, very cool. Awesome. I love that. So, is there one piece of advice that you would leave everyone with?
Hmm. Honestly, it it kind of sounds cliche, and it kind of goes right along with this conversation, and it was my quote for senior year of high school, but it really is follow your dreams
Hmm.
and believe in yourself. Um, I feel like if you believe in yourself and you put those dreams out there and go take action on following them, will just you will just be happier with life. Let's put it that way. So
Yeah.
that would be like my main. I probably should write a book about all the all the little quotes and advice I have for like a 25-year-old. But
You
that's
absolutely should write a
pretty
book.
solid.
I just finished
That's
my
on the
first
list too.
anthology. Okay.
That's on the list too. I started writing one. It's in the rough draft stage, and I did have a couple other ideas.
Okay. So if you need people who can help you as far as
Might have,
publishing and all that, I
yeah.
know a bunch of people.
I have a couple, but I'll let you know too.
Okay. And then if you want an anthology, that's a fun idea too, where
Oh
you
yeah.
could have other neurodivergent moms
Yeah.
kind of in the same realm. But Lauren, it's been an absolute pleasure. This is so fun. I could talk to you all day.
Yeah, I know. It's like, let's just make 2 podcast episodes because I could talk all day too about this stuff.
For everybody else who's listening to us right now, whether you are in the middle and wherever you are in your journey, you are not behind, you are becoming. And that is what thriving actually looks like. Bye, y'all.
Aw. Bye, guys.